Hey everyone, and welcome to another deep dive with us. Today we're taking a look at something I know you're all interested in: personal transformation. Who isn't right?
Absolutely.
We're going to be looking at how to make that happen
That's right.
in a lasting way. And the really interesting thing is we're going to be using this source called Défi de transformation: Votre vie en 3 mois.
Yes.
Which, for those of you who don't speak French,
Like myself.
like you and me,
Yeah.
transformation challenge. Your life in 3 months.
Ooh, that sounds,
Catchy.
yeah, very enticing.
Yeah, it is
Yeah.
very exciting.
So we're going to break that down and really look at the pieces of this.
Yeah, and I'm really excited about this 3-month time frame because, we've all tried to make these changes in our life.
Yes.
And, New Year's resolutions
Yeah.
or, just different things that we've tried to, implement.
Sure.
And I feel like a lot of times it's like those first couple of weeks, you're really gung-ho, and then it just kind of fizzles out. So what's the magic behind 3 months? Is it something about that time frame?
Well, you hit the nail on the head when you said that after a few weeks, things tend to fizzle out. And that's because
Yeah.
most of these programs or challenges are based on, just that initial burst of motivation. But this one's different.
Okay.
It's a bit more strategic.
Ooh, I like
It takes
that.
into account that it takes about 66 days to form a habit.
Okay. Yeah, I've heard
So
it.
this challenge
Yeah.
leverages that and then tacks on a few extra weeks so that you're not just forming the habit, but you're also weaving it into your lifestyle.
Oh, okay.
So it's like instead of just doing something new for a few weeks until the motivation runs out, this is about integrating that change into who you are at your core.
I like that.
Yeah.
That resonates with me because quick fixes, I'm over them.
Yeah, they don't work.
I want real change.
And this is about real change.
Yeah.
Lasting transformation.
Give it to me straight.
Yeah. So the source really emphasizes that this isn't just a temporary overhaul.
Yeah.
It's about creating a sustainable, healthier you for the long haul.
Huh.
But the best part is it's not just some vague self-help concept.
Yeah.
This challenge gives you a very specific roadmap to follow
Ooh.
with 3 key areas to focus on.
Okay, so like action steps.
Exactly.
Okay, give them to me. What's step 1 on this road to transformation?
Well, the first step might surprise you because it's actually about elimination rather than addition.
Oh.
The source calls it deleting distractions.
Okay, so we're not jumping right into, big action steps. We're hitting the pause button first.
Right. It's about clearing the clutter before you can start building something new.
Okay, I like that.
And it's not just, turning off your phone for an hour here or there.
Yeah.
It's about identifying and really removing the things that are constantly draining your energy and holding you back from reaching your full potential.
That sounds hard.
It can be,
Yeah.
but it's so worth it. So think about those apps on your phone that suck you in for hours,
Oh, yeah.
or those websites that lead you down rabbit holes of useless information, or, maybe even those people in your life who are constantly bringing drama and negativity.
Everybody has at least one.
We've all got them.
Yeah.
So this step is all about creating boundaries.
Okay.
Maybe it means deleting those apps, blocking those websites.
Ooh, that's tough.
It is tough, or maybe it means having those tough conversations to create healthier relationships.
Okay.
Whatever it takes to eliminate those energy vampires.
So it's like we're clearing the mental and emotional clutter.
Exactly.
Okay.
Making space for something new.
But once we've done all that deleting, what's next? How do we actually start building that new and improved version of ourselves?
That's where step 2 comes in.
Okay.
Restructure your daily routine.
Ooh, okay.
Now that you've gotten rid of all that mental and emotional baggage,
Yeah.
it's time to create a solid framework to support your goals.
That makes sense because, like, if our days are just kind of chaotic, it's hard to stick to any sort of plan.
Absolutely. When your life is chaotic, it's easy to fall back into old habits.
Yeah.
And this source is really good at giving you actual steps
Okay.
to build a routine that works for you.
Okay.
One thing it really emphasizes is the power of starting your day intentionally.
Okay. So, like, not just hitting the snooze button 5 times.
Yeah, exactly. Even something as simple as waking up 15 minutes earlier.
Oh, see, I'm a night owl.
Okay,
Well, I don't know about that one.
well, you can adjust it to your own schedule. But the point is to carve out some time for yourself before the chaos of the day starts.
I can see how that would be helpful.
And it doesn't have to be a huge chunk of time.
Yeah.
Even just a few minutes to sit quietly,
Okay.
meditate, stretch, or just think about what you want to accomplish that day can make a huge difference.
Like we're reclaiming control of our day.
Exactly. It's about setting the tone for a more productive and fulfilling day.
I like it. Okay, so we've got waking up earlier.
Mm-hmm.
What else is in this restructuring?
Another surprisingly simple but powerful tweak is to get dressed as if you were going to an office.
Even if I'm working from home in my pajamas.
Even then,
Yeah.
because it sends a signal to your brain
Oh, okay.
that it's time to be productive.
It's like a mental shift.
Right. And of course, setting small, achievable goals each day is crucial.
Oh, yeah, I love that.
Yeah,
It's not about like a million things on a to-do list,
Yeah.
just like a couple of things I can actually get done.
right.
So we're deleting distractions.
Yeah.
We are restructuring our routine. I'm sensing a theme here of like,
Yeah,
really being intentional with our time and our energy.
absolutely. It's about creating a foundation for success.
Okay, but where's the fun part?
That's coming.
Okay,
That's step 3,
okay.
which is all about prioritizing self-care and health.
Ooh, okay, now we're talking. So it's not just about, discipline and hard work. There's also like the treat yourself element.
Absolutely. And I love how this source really reframes self-care.
Okay.
It's not a luxury or an indulgence. It's an essential ingredient
Yeah.
for lasting transformation.
Yeah, I think that's a really important point because sometimes you feel guilty,
Oh, yeah?
for taking time for yourself.
I
Like
had a
it's
few-
selfish or something.
Yeah. You feel like you should be doing something productive all the time.
Yeah.
But this challenge really emphasizes that taking care of your mental and physical well-being is not selfish.
Yeah.
It's the foundation for everything else.
Yeah.
You can't pour from an empty cup.
Mm-hmm.
So you need to fill yourself up first so you can show up as the best version of yourself.
I love that analogy.
Yeah.
Okay, so how does this prioritize self-care actually translate into concrete action steps within the challenge? What are some things this source recommends?
It's got some really great specific recommendations, like
Alright.
nourishing your body with healthier food choices,
Okay.
starting a journaling practice,
I like that.
scheduling in reset days to just recharge and reconnect with yourself.
I need one of those.
We all do.
Like right now?
And of course, regular exercise.
Yeah,
Things that we all know are good for us, but sometimes struggle to actually do.
it's true.
And what's really interesting is this approach actually helps to overcome one of the biggest challenges that people face when trying to make big changes.
You're talking about like staying consistent.
That's it. It's easy to get all gung-ho at the beginning, but then life gets in the way.
Oh yeah, tell me about it.
Motivation fades,
Yeah,
and we slip back into those old patterns.
I have been there so many times.
And you're not alone.
Yeah.
And this source actually acknowledges that week 3 is where most people hit a wall and give up.
That's me.
But here's where it gets really interesting. It actually delves into the psychology of why week 3 is so tough
Okay.
and how to navigate it successfully.
Okay, so spill the beans. What's the secret?
Well, instead of relying on willpower, which we all know is a limited resource,
Yeah.
it teaches you to think about consistency as a skill.
Okay.
You can
Like
develop...
a muscle.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And one of the most powerful ways to do that is by understanding how habits are formed.
Oh, I like the science part.
Yeah, so we'll get into that in the next segment.
Okay.
But for now, just know that it's not about being perfect.
Okay.
It's about showing up consistently, even when you don't feel like it.
This is already sounding way more sustainable than anything I've tried before.
It really is.
Okay, so I'm hooked. I can't wait to dive deeper into the science of habit formation and learn how to cultivate that unwavering consistency.
Me too.
But that'll have to wait for part 2 of our deep dive, so stay tuned, everyone, because we're just getting started.
Yes, we are.
This is going to be good.
I think so.
I'm excited.
Me too.
All right, we'll be back soon.
See you then.
Bye.
Bye.
Welcome back, everyone.
Okay, so we left off talking about the power of consistency. Yeah.
And you know how this 3-month challenge is designed to help us cultivate that.
Mhm.
But I'm curious to dive a little deeper into the why behind all of this.
The motivation.
Yeah, like it's great to have the how-to,
Mm-hmm.
but I feel like understanding the why
Yes.
is what really makes the change stick.
It's the fuel that keeps you going.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So how does this source guide us in uncovering that personal why?
Well, it all starts with this really simple but powerful question that the source asks.
Okay.
It says, if you could wave a magic wand and be transported 3 months into the future, what would your life look like?
Ooh, that's good.
And it encourages you to not just think about what you'd be doing,
Okay.
but how you'd be feeling.
Okay.
Like what kind of energy would you be radiating?
So like envisioning my best self.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Your ideal self 3 months from now.
Okay.
And it even asks you to think about your relationships.
Oh, wow.
Like, what would those be like?
It's like creating a mental movie trailer for your dream life.
It is. And the source emphasizes that this vision should be really vivid and detailed because it's going to serve as your North Star throughout the challenge.
Ooh, okay. So it's like we're setting our sights on something specific and tangible.
Exactly. But then the source takes it a step further and helps you connect the dots between that future vision
Okay.
and the present moment
Ooh, I like that.
by guiding you in identifying the values that are most important to you.
Okay, so like the guiding principles that shape our choices.
Exactly. Things like creativity, connection, growth, adventure, whatever really resonates with you.
Okay, so we're getting clear on what matters most.
Yeah, because those values are going to become your compass
Oh, okay.
that keeps you on track when things get tough.
It's like we're creating a personalized roadmap for transformation.
Exactly. And that's what makes this challenge so powerful. It's not a one-size-fits-all approach.
Yeah, because we're all different.
Right. Everyone has their own unique path.
So this is about like aligning our goals with our deepest values and creating a life that feels authentically ours.
And fulfilling.
Yes. But I have to admit sometimes like when I think about my big dreams and goals, it can feel a little overwhelming, you know?
It's easy to get caught up in the enormity of it all.
Yeah. Like how do I even begin to make those big changes happen?
That's where the source really shines because it emphasizes that transformation isn't about making some huge leap overnight.
Okay.
It's about taking small, consistent actions over time.
Okay.
It reminds you that even tiny steps can add up to significant progress.
It's like that saying, the journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step.
Exactly. But sometimes even taking that first step can feel daunting.
It's true.
Yeah.
So where do we even begin?
Well, the source encourages you to think about your days as a series of micro choices.
Oh, okay.
Every choice you make, no matter how small, is an opportunity to either move closer to your vision
Okay.
or further away from it.
So it's about like bringing that awareness to our everyday actions.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it's not about being perfect. It's just about making those conscious choices
Okay.
throughout the day.
So instead of feeling like I have to make massive changes all at once,
Right.
it's more about those little tweaks
Yes.
that I can make day by day.
Small steps lead to big changes.
Okay, so now I'm curious, what are some of the practical techniques that this source recommends for integrating those positive choices into our lives?
Well, there are a few that I find really helpful.
Okay, lay 'em on me.
One is called habit stacking.
Ooh, habit stacking. I've heard of that.
Yeah, it's a really cool concept.
Isn't it about linking new habits
Mm-hmm.
to existing ones?
You got it. It's like piggybacking on an already established routine.
Okay, so like, give me an example, because I'm a very visual learner.
Sure. So
Right.
let's say you want to start meditating every morning, but you struggle to make time for it.
Yep, been there.
Well, you could stack that new habit onto something you already do consistently, like brushing your teeth.
Okay.
So right after you brush your teeth, you meditate for 5 minutes.
Oh, I see. So I'm already in the bathroom.
Exactly.
I'm already doing something.
Right, you're already there.
So I just add on this new habit.
Right, and it becomes part of your routine.
I love that. And it takes the pressure off of having to create a whole new routine from scratch.
Exactly. And the source even gives specific examples for different types of habits. Like, let's say you want to drink more water throughout the day. You could stack that habit with something like checking your email every time you open your inbox.
Okay.
You take a big gulp of water.
Oh, that's a good one.
It's all about creating those little triggers that help you stay on track.
I love those little ninja tricks.
Yeah, it's about working smarter, not harder.
Yeah. But what about those like pesky bad habits that we're trying to break?
Oh, yeah, those are always tough.
How does habit stacking work in that scenario?
Well, in that case, the source suggests using habit stacking to replace the negative behavior
Okay.
with a positive one. So let's say you want to stop mindlessly scrolling on social media.
Ooh, yeah. Guilty as charged.
I think we all are these days. But instead of just trying to resist the urge, which can be really hard,
Yeah.
you can identify what your trigger is, like maybe it's feeling bored or stressed, and then stack a different action onto that trigger. So next time you feel that urge to scroll,
Okay.
you pick up a book instead, or take a few deep breaths, or, go for a walk.
So it's not about deprivation.
Yeah.
It's about like consciously choosing a better option.
Exactly. It's about rewiring your brain for positivity.
Okay. So we've got habit stacking to build new habits and break old ones.
Yes.
But are there any other like ninja mind tricks in this source that can help us hack our way to success?
There is one that I think is really clever.
Okay.
It's called temptation bundling.
Temptation bundling.
Yeah.
What is that?
So it's basically pairing something you need to do but might not always feel like doing
Okay.
with something that you genuinely enjoy.
Okay. I like where this is going.
So for example, let's say you're not really into exercise,
I can...
but you love listening to podcasts.
Ooh, yes.
So you tell yourself that you can only listen to your favorite podcast
Okay.
while you're working out.
So it's like a built-in reward system.
Exactly. You're making the thing you need to do more enjoyable.
I love that. It takes the sting out of it.
Yeah, it's like tricking yourself into forming healthy habits.
Brilliant. I'm going to have to try that one.
I think you'll like it.
Okay, so we've got habit stacking, we've got temptation bundling. What else?
Well, there's one more really important piece
Okay.
that ties into all of this,
Uh-huh.
and it has to do with the environment we create for ourselves.
Oh, yeah. We were talking earlier about how those micro choices throughout the day can either support us
Mm-hmm.
or sabotage us.
Right.
I'm sensing a connection here. So is this about setting ourselves up for success
It-
by like creating an environment
Yeah.
that makes it easier to make healthy choices?
Exactly. The source calls this environment design.
Environment design. Okay.
And it's all about making it easier to do the things you want to do and harder to do the things you're trying to avoid.
Okay, so give me an example.
Okay, so let's say you're trying to eat healthier.
Oh,
Instead of having your pantry stocked with chips and cookies,
yeah.
make sure the first things you see when you open it are fruits, veggies, and healthy snacks.
Oh, so it's like out of sight, out of mind kind of thing.
Exactly. If you don't see the junk food, you're less likely to crave it.
Okay, that makes sense.
Or if you're trying to be more productive, make sure your workspace is clutter-free and inviting.
Oh, yeah. A clean desk equals a clear mind.
Right. Or if you want to reduce screen time in the evenings, create a designated charging station for your phone outside of your bedroom.
Ooh, that's a good one because then I'm not tempted to scroll in bed.
Exactly. It's all about removing temptation and reducing friction.
So it's like we're consciously shaping our surroundings to support the changes we want to make.
Exactly. You're taking control of your environment instead of letting it control you.
I love that. So we've got habit stacking, we've got temptation bundling, and we've got environment design. These are some serious tools for transformation.
They are. And when you combine them with a clear understanding of your why,
Yeah.
you're unstoppable.
But I think there's one more piece to this puzzle.
What's that?
We've talked a lot about like external strategies and techniques,
Right.
but I think lasting change also requires an internal shift.
I agree.
Like it requires cultivating a mindset
Yes.
of self-compassion
Yes, absolutely.
and learning to like silence that inner critic that can really sabotage our effort.
That voice can be so loud.
Yeah, it's brutal sometimes.
It is.
So how does this source guide us in embracing self-compassion?
It reminds us that progress, not perfection, is the goal.
Oh, that's good.
It encourages us to treat ourselves with the same kindness and understanding that we would offer to a good friend.
Yeah.
So instead of beating yourself up over slip-ups,
Yeah, which I do a lot of.
we all do it.
Yeah.
But it's about asking yourself, what can I learn from this?
Okay.
How can I move forward with greater self-awareness and compassion?
So it's like shifting from judgment to curiosity.
Exactly. It's about embracing the journey with all its ups and downs.
I'm already feeling a little lighter just thinking about it.
It's a powerful shift.
Yeah, it is. And, as we're talking about this, I'm realizing that self-compassion isn't just about being nice to ourselves. It's about creating a more supportive inner environment for growth.
Absolutely. It's about fostering resilience
Yeah.
so you can bounce back from setbacks.
Because let's face it, we all have setbacks.
Whatever.
It's part of life.
It's part of the process.
Yes. So this is about like being our own best cheerleader.
It is. And this source really emphasizes that
Yeah.
transformation isn't linear.
Okay.
There will be bumps in the road.
Yeah.
But what matters is that you keep showing up for yourself, even when you don't feel like it.
Which can be hard.
It can be, but that's where the magic happens.
Ooh, okay. So we've talked about the individual journey of transformation.
Yeah.
We've talked about the practical techniques. The mindset shifts the power of connecting with our why.
Right.
But there's one more question that's been swirling around in my mind.
How about that?
How does this personal transformation impact the world around us?
That's a great question, and it's something that this source actually addresses really beautifully.
Okay, so tell me more.
It suggests that personal transformation isn't just a solitary endeavor. It's actually a catalyst for positive change
Okay.
in our relationships, our communities, and even the world at large.
Ooh, so it's like a ripple effect?
Exactly. It starts with ourselves
Okay.
and expands outward.
So how does that ripple effect work in practice?
We'll dive into that in the next segment.
Okay, you've got me on the edge of my seat. Stay tuned, everyone, because we're about to uncover how personal transformation has the power to create a better world. Welcome back to the show. We were just talking about how our personal transformation can actually impact the world around us.
Yes, it's a really fascinating concept.
It is. So how does that actually work in practice? Like, how do the changes we make within ourselves actually translate into positive change in, you know, our relationships, our communities, the world at large?
Well, think about it this way. As we're going through this process of personal transformation, and we're cultivating self-awareness and compassion and resilience within ourselves, we naturally start radiating those qualities outwards.
Okay.
We become more patient,
Yeah.
more understanding, more empathetic in our interactions with others.
So it's not about like preaching or trying to fix anyone else. It's more about just being the change we want to see.
Exactly. Like Gandhi said, be the change you wish to see in the world.
It's a classic for a reason, right?
It is. And, one of the first places we start to see that ripple effect is in our relationships.
Okay.
As we become more clear about our own needs and boundaries, we're able to communicate more effectively and create healthier, more fulfilling connections with the people in our lives.
That makes sense because like as we learn to love and accept ourselves more fully,
Yeah.
we're better equipped to love and accept others too, right?
Exactly. And it goes beyond just our personal relationships. As we
Okay.
step into our power and embrace our authentic selves, we inspire others to do the same.
Okay.
We become role models, showing the people around us that change is possible, that growth is a lifelong journey, and that embracing our imperfections is what makes us truly beautiful.
It's like we're giving other people permission to shine their own unique light.
Exactly.
I love that. Okay. But I'm also curious about how this translates into like making a difference on a larger scale beyond just our immediate circles. How do we impact our communities and the world around us?
Well, the source gives some really inspiring examples of how this can happen. As we become more aware of our values, we're more likely to take action on the issues that matter most to us.
Okay.
So whether it's volunteering our time, donating to causes we believe in, or just speaking out against injustice,
Yeah.
our actions, no matter how small they might seem, contribute to creating a better world.
It's like that saying, think globally, act locally.
Exactly.
And it's so empowering to remember that we each have the power to make a difference right here, right now.
It really is. But, I think it's important to acknowledge that this journey of personal transformation, it's not always easy.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
There will be times when we feel discouraged or overwhelmed or tempted to give up.
It's like we're human or something.
We are.
But the good thing is this source acknowledges that.
It does.
So what advice does it offer for navigating those challenging moments?
It reminds us that challenges are an inevitable part of growth.
Okay.
So instead of seeing them as failures,
Yeah.
we can choose to see them as opportunities.
Opportunities for what?
For learning,
Mm.
for building resilience.
Hmm.
And it all comes back to that self-compassion that we talked about earlier.
Yeah.
It's so important to bring that same kindness and understanding to ourselves when we stumble.
Because we're all going to stumble at some point.
We are.
It's about how we pick ourselves up and keep moving forward.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the most powerful ways to do that is to reconnect with our why.
There's that why again.
It always comes back to the why.
It does. So it's like reminding ourselves of our purpose.
Yes.
And why we started this journey in the first place.
Exactly. It gives us that fuel to keep going.
This has been such a fascinating deep dive.
It has been.
And I think the biggest takeaway for me is that personal transformation is an ongoing journey. It's not about reaching some final destination.
Absolutely.
It's about embracing the process of growth and evolution and becoming more and more of who we were meant to be.
And recognizing that we have the power to create positive change, not just in ourselves, but also in the world around us.
That is so inspiring, and I hope our listeners are feeling that same sense of hope and possibility.
Me too. I think this challenge has the potential to really change lives.
It does. And on that note, I just want to say thank you to everyone for joining us on this incredible journey.
Thank you for having me.
And remember, you have the power within you to create the life you dream of and to make a positive impact on the world.
So go out there and make it happen.
Yes, we believe in you and we can't wait to see what you create.
Until next time.